Hello again. We are going to use the component method in this example. So it's the same example that we used last time, but the method that we used was the graphical method. Okay, so we're given four vectors. The first thing that you have to do in the component method is to create the table. List down all the vectors in the first column. Okay, so in the first column, you have D1, D2, D3, and D4. Okay. In the second column, we have the x part or the x component. And in the third column, we have the y component. Okay, so let's name this the x component and this one as the y component. Okay, so there are four vectors here. So let's write here the orientation that we have agreed upon. This is north, south, this is west, and this is east. So D1, it says here, 4 meters at 40 degrees east of north. So east of north, meaning it's opening from the north, okay, heading towards the east, 40 degrees. So this will give us the x part, and this will be the y part, okay? So y part is adjacent to 40 degrees. The x part is opposite the 40 degrees. Okay, it's in the first quadrant, so both values are positive. So in the first quadrant, you have positive 4. And since this is x, opposite. So sine 40 degrees. And then positive 4 cosine 40 degrees. Okay. And then in the second vector, it says here 2 meters east. So just positive 2.0. And there is no y part. D3, okay, D3, it says here south of west. So it's in the third quadrant. And 30 degrees is coming from the west. Okay, so both negative value for x and negative value for y. So negative 5.2 cosine 30 degrees and negative 5.2 sine 30 degrees. Now here, the opposite side of 30 degrees is the y part. That's why this is sine. And the adjacent part is the x part. That's why it's cosine. Okay. And D4, it says here 6.50 meters south. So there is no x part and it's southward, so negative 6.50. Okay, we use the calculator to compute for the value of these four. Then later on, we add all the x part and all the y part. Okay, so let's do that. 4, 4 times sine 40. This gives us positive 2.571. This gives us positive 3.064. Okay. And for the third vector, negative 5.2 times cosine 30. This gives us negative 4.503. And this one, negative 5.2 times sine 30. This is 1/2. So this will give us negative 2.6. Now we have broken down the x part and the y part, okay, and we have placed all the x values in the x component and all the y values under the y component column. Okay, the next step would be to get the sum of each column so that you will have one x and one y. We can now use the Pythagorean theorem after that. Okay, so let's do 2.571. Let's get the sum plus 2. Okay, minus 4.503. The answer is 0.068. This is positive. And for the y component, 3.064 minus 2.6 minus 6.5. The answer that we will get is negative 6.036. Okay, so we can now solve for the resultant displacement using the Pythagorean theorem. Okay, so 0.068 squared plus negative 6.036 squared. Using the calculator, okay, what do we get? Oops, math error. Wait, 0.068 squared plus 6.036 squared. This will give us 6.036 meters. Okay, we round off our answers to three significant figures. This will give us 6.04 meters. Now we have the magnitude 6.04 meters. We can solve for the direction. Okay, we have these two. We are going to use these two as our guide. So it says they're positive. Always draw the x part first and then followed by the y. This is negative 6.8. So positive 0.68, negative 6.036. So this is our theta. And this line here is 6.04. So we can see from here that it ends in the fourth quadrant. Okay, so theta is equal to the arctan of the opposite 6.036 all over the adjacent. We did not substitute the negative sign. There's no need because we are going to give the direction anyway. Okay, so in physics, we do this per quadrant. That's why it's not necessary to put the negative sign anymore. Okay, um, we do shift tan 6.036 divided by 0.068. You will get 89.35 degrees, almost 90 degrees. Okay, so which is our answer. Now, so this goes in the fourth quadrant, so positive, negative value, right? So fourth quadrant, so we can say that this is south of east. In the graphical method that we did, our answer is south because it's just, look at the difference, we got 90 degrees. So the difference is point something lang, no? So this is correct. And in the graphical method, I think we got 6.5, right? Okay, so please try this one at home. Do this again. Thank you very much.